Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. Thank you for joining me wherever you are joining me. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. If you're joining me on the YouTube channel, we're close to 3,000. Go ahead and help your boy get there. I'd really appreciate it. It's an interesting thing, and I didn't hit you with a Talk Spicy on Monday like I normally do because I was busy. And life many times gets busy for us. I think everybody, when you become an adult, maybe even as a kid, to be honest with you, I don't remember as a kid because I was just constantly running like nonstop, year round, go, 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 go. It's part of the reason why I do that now as an adult. But um, there's a part in the year that tends to be our busy season, and it might not necessarily be busy season just because of work. It might be busy season for many different, like a million different reasons. But the thing that I've learned is that the busy season will sometimes zap whatever energies you would normally have left after doing what it is you need to do within the day without you really realizing, oh, I don't have any energy. Um, so when it comes to sports, and especially with sports media, when it comes to sports and with sports media, we have to remember that there's a busy season and then there's a time where it's a little slower. This is the busy season in sports media. You've got football in full swing. You have basketball starting up, hockey starting up. You've got the World Cup coming up here in a week or so. Um, Baseball is in the World Series now. Shout out to the Phillies and shout out to the Houston Astros, who I'm rooting for to win it, even though I'm a Yankees fan, because I really want to see Dusty Baker get a championship. So you see this time of year where it's the busy season, it's the fast season. That means that it's overreaction season. It's overreaction season. Every time something happens, there's going to be someone talking about, do we need to make a change? Is there something else that needs to be done? Is this the right? Is this the wrong? The Lakers lost 3 games in a row. Are the Lakers going to make the playoffs? Should they just go ahead and blow the team up? Should they trade LeBron? What should they do with Westbrook? Is AD the right fit? You're going to hear all the narratives. Why? Because in sports media, it's a smorgasbord. I can throw everything at you right now, and you don't know what's what because it's still way too early, right? It's way too early. That's 3 games out of an 82-game season. Are we really sitting back and worrying about the first 3 games to make claims about the entire season based off one, right? Based off 1, 2, 3 games. 3 games out of 82. That's what? 6% of the season? We shouldn't be making claims and accusations or anything off 6% of an entire body of work. In no level of research would that be considered to be good research. At no level, whether big or small, would 6% be a sample size that's big enough to actually make any type of claim. And yet, 3 games into the season, we're saying that the Lakers are trash. 3 games, by the way, 2 of which were against legitimate title contenders. The third one against a team that's going to be a playoff team, most likely. So that type of schedule lends itself, especially when you have flaws, and this isn't to say that the Lakers don't have flaws. Clearly they have flaws. This is to say, slow down on all of the it's over talk, right? We do this sometimes. I mean, we do this a lot. Um, we've got in Dallas, Dak Prescott's back. And Cooper Rush did a great job as a backup. He did his job. That's what the backup's supposed to do. Come in, hold the fort down until the starter is back. And yet, people started saying, man, the Cowboys are on a roll. Cooper Rush should probably still be in there. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That ain't it. That ain't it. That's not how it's going to go. And that's not how it should go. That's not how it should go. That's not the way in which life works. We shouldn't just throw the baby out with the bathwater just because we've seen some success in the short term. Just because we've seen success in the short term doesn't mean that we should all of a sudden change the trajectory of everything, unless what we saw before the short term was not good, right? That's the Bailey Zappi situation with Mac Jones. What we were watching from Mac Jones this season was not something that makes us go, yo, Mac Jones should be the without question, never have to worry about his job guy. So when Bailey Zappi comes in and gives you a jolt, you really got to consider whether or not it's time to stick with him. Now, the problem is that last night the Patriots lost to a Bears team that doesn't seem to really be well run. They weren't just beat though, and that's the part that's gotta scare you. They were not just beat; they were blown out by the Bears. And when they made the change from Mac Jones and benched him to go with Bailey Zappi was bad too. Bailey Zappi was bad too. It makes you wonder, right? It makes you wonder why some teams even bother to like make changes. Like you're sitting over here with two running backs who run the ball fairly decently. Ramondre Stevenson and Damian Harris, who's coming back from injury, gave him 14 carries. 14 carries. When you know what you're dealing with at quarterback right now, that is not the time to give your running backs 14 carries. Now, I say that understanding that, they threw 3 picks. So those are 3 possessions that the team could have given them more. But it wasn't like Justin Fields set the world on fire. Now, what he did do is I think that the game plan that they put in place for Justin Fields was one that makes sense for a guy who's still coming into his own as a quarterback. For a guy that's still coming into his own as a quarterback, I thought it was a perfect game plan for him. Keep the attempts low, right? Keep the attempts low. Allow him to have high percentage throws. Take the shots when he thinks they're there. Use his legs accordingly. The results look very much like a Daniel Jones with the Giants. Another place you need to slow down. I know he's been effective. But if we're really in our heart of hearts talking, we know that he's not the reason they're winning games. There's 3 things that are winning them games. Saquon Barkley, bend but don't break defense, and luck. That's it. We don't need to all of a sudden crown somebody just because we think they might be. We can slow down and wait and let the entire body of work play out. Because right now, what people are talking about with extensions, if you really dive into the like what his contribution is, it's not gonna make sense to pay somebody that level of money. Look at Kenny Golladay, right? That's all you got to do. So it's important for us to remember that sometimes these narratives that are spent, they're spun because the machine needs things to talk about every day. They want to continue to give you compelling content. So they keep throwing out these narratives at you so that you can run with it. But sometimes, just slow down, relax. Don't get on that merry-go-round. Don't get on that rotunda. Don't get on that circle where you're going nowhere, but you're doing it super fast. You're going nowhere. It's the same takes. It's just different people. Rinse, wash, repeat. Rinse, wash, repeat. Rinse, wash, repeat. Get off it. Go and enjoy some sports. Go and enjoy sports. You don't have to just be immersed in takes and immersed in narratives and immersed in storylines all the time. You can just enjoy the sport for the sport. And when it's over, it's over. That's cool. Just enjoy it for what it is. When it's time to make full sweeping declarations, guess what? We'll be here. We'll be making them. When I'm ready to tell you what the Giants should do, in my opinion, I'll give it. But you're not hearing me say, hey, do this way, do that way, because there's no reason to make those declarations now. We can wait on those declarations. That's the beauty of sports. We can enjoy it for what it is right now, not for what we think it might be 6 months from now. Enjoy the NFL. We're almost to the halfway point. Enjoy college. We are at the halfway point. Enjoy the NBA. It's just getting started. Enjoy college basketball. It's on the way. Enjoy the World Series. It's almost over. Enjoy hockey. It's off to a great start. Enjoy the World Cup. Enjoy sport for the essence of sport, not because you want to get caught up in the narratives. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. We do this thing a few times a week. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree. But whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. If you're joining me on the YouTube channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Until next time, peace.